Hey everyone, Chris with Dry Creek Custom Baits, and welcome to episode 2 of Tube Tactics. Today we're going to discuss internal jig heads. Internal jig heads are by far the most common way in which tubes are rigged, and a lot of people don't think about it. They just grab a jig head and stick it in a tube and go to work. But if you've ever been fishing with somebody and you feel like you're fishing the same but they're catching fish and you're not, today I'm going to discuss a couple things that might be the case of why that was happening. There's basically two real different styles of jig heads for using internally on tubes. The first style is jig heads in which the eye of the hook pops out the top of the tube and the eye is parallel with the tube body itself. The second style, like these, are jig heads where while the hook is parallel with the body, the eye is actually perpendicular with the body and typically comes out the front head of the tube, kind of at the angle you see here. Now, why is that a big deal? The eyes that come out the top of the tube, like this one here, these jig heads, when the tube is falling through the water column, have a tendency to have a much wider circling hunting type action as they fall. That's really good to help get more reaction bites. The only downside is that tends to lead to the tube getting snagged easier in rocks or grass. So a jig head where the eye is perpendicular tends to let the tube fall at a straighter line, so not as much hunting action, but that means it also gets snagged quite a bit less. So here I have a couple of our creek tubes in the color Bill's Money, rigged both ways. So this one you can see here, hook and eye are in line coming out the top. This bait's going to have more of a circular motion as it falls. This bait here, the eye is perpendicular. This bait's going to have more of a straighter fall to it. Alright, like I said, I have my creek tubes here, and I'm going to show you how I rig these. So we've all seen people, and I'm guilty of it too, taking these jig heads, sticking them in your mouth or spitting on them to try to lubricate them to get them in the tube. And as I've gotten older, I'm going to say this. Please stop. We all know these jig heads are made out of lead. Yes, there's tungsten available, but by far the lead jig head is the most common used. Really, we do not want to be sticking lead in our mouths. There's all the warnings for a reason. It is well known to cause cancer. So, you want to take something like a scent, like we have our Dry Creek Trophy Bass scent right here. Take a little bit of the scent, put your scent all over the jig head just like that. Really simple. Now that jig head is lubricated, come in the back of the tube and it slides in super easy, just like so. As you can see, the eye is inside the tube. Just simply kind of press on it, rub on it a little bit right there. Voila, the eye of the hook is through the tube. Now you just tie it on with your Palomar knot and it's ready to go. A huge benefit of using scent versus say your spit to lubricate that head is when you do get a bite on this tube and this fish comes up and eats this bait. That scent that's all around that jig head in there, when it gets crushed like that, is going to release, which is going to cause those fish to hold on to that bait just a little longer, giving you that extra few seconds to be able to set the hook. Thanks for checking out today's episode of Tube Tactics. If you got any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, or you can reach out to us on Instagram at Dry Creek Fishing. If you want to check out any of our products like the creek tubes we use today or our trophy bass gel scent, check them out at our website www.drycreekoutfitters.com. Thanks everybody for watching, and good luck out there fishing.